Welcome to the Post-Secondary Readiness Indicator Training. My name is Kristen Roseberry. I'm a Program Consultant in the Office of Assessment and Accountability. I am joined today by my colleague, Sarah Robbins, from the Office of Career and Technical Education. The accountability system performance for each district and student demographic group determined by the state indicators will be based on a combination of annual performance called status and the difference between prior year and current year called change. For each state indicator, there will be 5 status levels ranging from very high to very low, and 5 change levels ranging from increase significantly to decline significantly. Post-secondary readiness is one of 6 indicators in the overall accountability system. On this slide, you will see several vocabulary words related to the accountability indicator system. Today's training, we will review all parts of the post-secondary readiness state indicator. Post-secondary readiness is the attainment of the necessary knowledge, skills, and dispositions for a student to successfully transition to the next level of his or her educational career. In order to demonstrate post-secondary readiness, high school students must earn a regular or alternate high school diploma or be classified as a grade 12 non-graduate and meet one type of readiness, academic or career. This includes all students with a G code and Infinite Campus. Grade 12 non-graduates are included in post-secondary readiness and are accountable based on the 100-day rule. First, let's review the overall post-secondary readiness. The Kentucky Department of Education will report measures from KRS 158.6455 that are available, such as meeting a college readiness benchmark score on a college admissions exam or college placement examination, earning a C or higher in 3 hours of KDE-approved dual credit, meeting approved benchmarks on an AP, IB, or CAI examination, earning an approved industry certification, scoring at or above the benchmark on the CTE and appropriate assessment for articulated credit, or completing a KDE or cabinet-approved apprenticeship program. The post-secondary readiness is calculated based on students who graduate, and non-graduates are calculated by adding the number of high school graduates plus grade 12 non-graduates who have met measures of post-secondary readiness divided by the total number of graduates plus grade 12 non-graduates. For example, a school had 50 grade 12 non-graduates and graduates with 6 industry certifications in high-demand sectors and 40 students to meet readiness. The calculation would be 6 times 1.5 plus 40 times 1 divided by 5 equals 0.95 times 100 equals 95. Early grad students are included in this indicator the year they receive a G code. The status score represents the current year outcome for a given indicator. It is calculated according to the metric described in the table displayed. There are 5 status levels ranging from very low to very high for the current year. Color ratings will include 5 performance levels from highest to lowest. Performance of schools will be reported by levels, elementary, middle, and high as applicable. Color ratings for each indicator will be used to communicate performance of schools, with red being the lowest and blue being the highest. On the screen, you will see status cut scores for high schools. Please note status cut scores for post-secondary readiness, from very low to very high. Change scores are a simple subtraction of prior year status scores from current year status scores. They are calculated the same way for every indicator. Current year status score minus prior year status score is change score. For example, if your 2024 status score is 75 and your 2023 status score is 70, the change will be 5. Prior year scores are used to calculate the change scores. They are not used to influence indicator performance ratings. On the screen, you will see the 5 change levels from decline significantly to increase significantly. On your screen, you'll see the change cut scores for high schools. Please note the post-secondary readiness cut scores from decline significantly to increase significantly. Indicator scores are a simple combination of status scores and change scores. They are calculated the same way for every indicator. Current year status score plus change score equals indicator score. Using the previous example, the 2024 status score of 75 plus the 2024 change score of 5 gives you a 2023 post-secondary readiness indicator of 80. Indicator scores are used to calculate overall scores. They do not influence indicator performance ratings. You saw on the cut score tables how your score will determine your status and change levels. On the left side of the table is the status in the current year, with levels of very high, very low to very high. Across the top of the table is change, with levels of decline significantly to increase significantly. Your indicator performance rating will be where status and change intersect on the table. An overall accountability score is generated by multiplying the indicator scores by the percentage of weight. The post-secondary readiness indicator is weighted at 20% of the overall score for high schools. For the high school overall calculation, we will add all 6 indicator scores together to find the overall score. Indicator performance ratings are also reported as colors, the result of a unique combination of status level and change level, not based on cut scores. Please note that the public school report card will be released later this year. The initial public release of assessment and accountability data will be an open house. On the screen, you'll see the overall performance rating cut scores for elementary, middle, and high school. Now let's take a look at academic readiness. KRS 158.6455 requires a post-secondary readiness for each high school student be measured by one benchmark. Therefore, a student meeting or exceeding a college readiness benchmark score on the college admissions exam or a college placement exam approved by the Council on Post-Secondary Education would have met the indicator. Another way for a student to meet the academic readiness is by achieving 3 hours of dual credit or post-secondary articulated credit by completing a course approved by the Kentucky Board of Education. Achieving a benchmark score on an AP, IB, CAI, or other nationally recognized exam approved by the KDE that generally qualifies the student for 3 or more hours of college credit is another path for students to meet this indicator. For the 2024 fall reporting and students entering the 2024 and 2025 school year, OAA will accept the AccuPlacer and EdReady assessments for the 2024-2025 post-secondary readiness indicator. However, as a reminder, OAA only receives scores from the ACT and the Coyote exams. If a school uses the SAT, GED, College Readiness, AccuPlacer, EdReady, Diagnostic, or the ALEX exam, the school will need to ensure that OAA receives the score by submitting an official score report in SDRR. On the screen, you'll see a snapshot of the Post-Secondary Readiness Overview resource that can be found on the KDE website. I will now turn the presentation over to Sarah.
Hello, everyone. Sarah Robbins, the Assistant Data Manager at the Office of Career and Technical Education, and today I'm going to go over some career readiness with you. So there are 5 options for career readiness, 1 being industry certifications, 2 end of program assessment, or which are EOPs, 3 is a CTE dual credit, 4 is a CTE co-op or internship or a unique approval by the KBE, or there's another one called TRAC, which is Tech Ready Apprentices for Careers in Tech in Kentucky Certificate. And I'm going to go through each one of those for you today to give you a little bit more information. So the first one we're going to start off with is the industry certifications. There is a valid list of industry certifications on our KDE Career and Technical Education webpage, and depending on the program area and pathway, a student must pass a single certification or a stack of certifications in order to qualify for the career indicator. The industry certifications also count as 1 point in the accountability model, and high demand certifications count as 1.25 points. So your regular and your high demand certifications are clarified in the certification list, and that's right in this presentation. And I think there's a link right there, and it's published by the KDE and approved by the KWEB. Okay, so next we have the CTE end of program assessments, which are EOPs, and they are based on employer standards. So CTE pathways and are associated with an articulation agreement with a variety of post-secondary institutions. So if a student completes an EOP that has an articulation agreement with a college they are attending after high school, that student will receive credit from that institution, which is pretty awesome. So in order for a student to take an EOP, they must be a concentrator in their career pathway. And here is the CTE dual credit. And for the CTE dual credit, there is a list of approved dual credit course codes to use for students enrolled in a CTE dual credit course, published on the Accountability and Post-Secondary Readiness CTE webpage. It is up to the district to decide which course code best aligns with the post-secondary course. So for CTE dual credit to count towards career readiness, the student must pass a course with a C or higher, along with an approved CTE dual credit course code. All right, so for work-based learning, this is a lot of information for work-based learning, good information, but the student must complete a co-op or an internship. There must be a minimum of 300 hours on the job work experience. The student must successfully complete that experience, which means they passed, and it must align with an approved work-based learning course code. So otherwise, if a student has completed that 300 on the job hours with an employer partner and the school or district aided with the student's work experience, the school or district may apply to the KBE to earn accountability for school sanctioned individual work experience that was not associated with the course code. That is, if it wasn't associated with the course code. So all co-ops and internships should adhere to the work-based learning manual and to Kentucky regulation, which is linked in this presentation on the slide and on the Career and Technical Education webpage. All right, so there is a new work-based learning FAQ document, and that's been published to our CTE webpage. So here you will find frequently asked questions along with those answers, and it will also provide links to regulation, the work-based learning manual, and a list of approved work-based learning course codes. And let's see, the last but not least, we have the TRAC apprenticeship, and TRAC stands for Tech Ready Apprentices for Careers in Kentucky. Students may complete a youth apprenticeship or they can complete a pre-apprenticeship. And this program affords CTE students career pathway opportunities that are aligned with registered apprenticeship programs. So further information and guidance is also available in the link on this presentation in the slide and on the CTE webpage for you. And I believe that concludes my presentation on career readiness indicators for post-secondary readiness. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to reach out to me. My email is Sarah, S-A-R-A-H, .robbins, R-O-B-B-I-N-S, at education.ky.gov. And I think that is it, Kristen. So I will hand it back over to you. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Sarah. Now we will talk about alternate career readiness. Options for career readiness for alternative high school diploma course of study or alternate assessment students include successfully completing one of the following: career work experience completion and meeting benchmark on the employability skills attainment record, or 300 or more hours of a KBE approved cooperative education or internship associated with a course code, or a KBE approved application for work experiences not associated with a co-op internship course code and have completed 300 on the job hours with an employer partner in the school or district aided with the school's work experience. On the slide, you will see 3 resources that will provide more information. The career work experience completion courses are available on Infinite Campus to track co-op and internship hours associated with the course. Schools and districts should identify a staff member to be responsible for reporting student co-op and internship data in the Career Readiness Record tab in Infinite Campus. Instructions on how to enter work-based learning records for students is available on the KDE KSIS Data Standards webpage and can be found in the Career Readiness Work-Based Learning Data Standard document. The Career Ready database is utilized to enter the career work experience completion and employability skills attainment record score to KDE. On September the 6th, the Career Work Experience Completion Qualification Quiz opens. On October the 11th, the Employability Skills Attainment Record Qualification Quiz opens. For questions regarding the Career Work Experience Completion or the Employability Skills Attainment Record, please reach out to Sherry Craig in the Office of Career and Technical Education. For Career Readiness Record questions, please contact Sarah Robbins in the Office of Career and Technical Education. This concludes our training on the Post-Secondary Readiness Indicator. Additional trainings are available for the remainder of the indicators on Kentucky's accountability system. Please visit each training to learn more about Kentucky's accountability system. Thank you for joining us today. My contact information and Sarah's contact information are on this slide.